Okay, Forde Radio, number 19. The title of this one is I Fucked Up. And I did royally. Well, I'm going to explain myself a little bit, but yeah. I was called out, not publicly, in my own inbox, which is fine, but yeah. I fucked up. But before we get to that, I hope you're all having a good week. We've got 3 weeks till the gyms are reopen, which the majority of my listeners are interested in more than anything else. So, yes, it feels like we're getting there. People are making plans. People are getting excited, which is good, positive. Hopefully a few more businesses are going to be open. I can get a trim. Hair's looking ragged at the moment. I've not been outside without a hat on since November. A long time. I hope this finds you well. I'm saying a lot. Yeah, I've been trying to record videos this afternoon and I've just had to abort it because I keep falling over my mouth and falling over my words and struggling. I feel like it could be a lockdown thing, that because we're not out and about seeing people, maybe I'm not forgetting how to talk, but just losing those communication skills somewhat, potentially. Who's to say? If you've got any thoughts on that, let me know. That'd be interesting. Right, so, yeah, I fucked up. So it came down to, I was doing a podcast. I was a bit lazy. I'd not put a lot of thought into it. I was between sessions, rushing about with the thoughts of, right, come on, let's get one done, stop procrastinating, podcast, without making any real notes. And it was the second half of the podcast when I was discussing bread. My failing was I didn't prepare enough. I didn't leave enough context or counter my argument other than saying bread is bad for you, shit food is making you fat, and hung it out there. Kind of basically, I'd just come off a call with a client who had eaten on the food diary. There was just bread for 3 or 4 meals at the first half of the week. Maybe more, can't remember. Basically, there was a lot of toast. There was a few buns. There was and a considerable amount of pasta. So, first things first, to clear the board. I know the argument, and I know I've seen the social media posts of people going on about calories. Yeah, calories are king. And on a little side point, I don't think anybody disagrees with that, ever. Despite a lot of trainers going, calories, I see trainers saying calories don't matter. I've never said, and I've never seen anyone say that calories don't matter. Never. So I'm not sure quite where they're getting it from. Now, the way I approach things is, from a training point of view, is behaviour leads into calories and what you consume. So when I say behaviour, I feel like people should focus and concentrate the majority of their diet around a good portion of protein and vegetables. If you do that with the majority of your meals in the week, in the day, I feel like that is the basis of being prepared, being organised, through shopping, through cooking, preparation. We know protein is excellent for, well, it's not excellent, it's what helps you recover from your hard exercise sessions. It fills you up. It's the way it's digested means that it's not stored quite as readily as someone just eating toast, for example. We're looking to encourage our clients to have protein and vegetables. So vegetables are generally low calorie, or lower calories, depending how they're cooked. Obviously, that's important. Context is important, Roscoe. Don't make any more fuck-ups. And higher in nutrients and generally make you healthier. They provide fibre, which provides volume to your diet. The more volume you have, the more full you feel, the less likely you are to snack. So bringing that back is, if that's the case, we're trying to reduce snacks. A lot of people fall down with snacks at the end of the day, and they're eating feelings and are not getting the optimal nutrition. So in the podcast last week, I basically come out and gone, bread is shite, fills you up. No, it doesn't fill you up. It's making you fat. It's making you lethargic. It's terrible for you. Now, obviously, I need to dial that back a little bit. It's not. I still don't believe it's the best food for you. I still don't believe a super healthy person. No, that's not bad. I don't mean to say that. What do I mean to say? I still don't believe that basing a meal around, or basing calories around bread is particularly wise if you're trying to change your body and achieve something. Now, I know the argument, and people will be listening to this saying, no, as long as it's calories, it's calories. Yeah, that's fine. But is bread filling? Does it provide you with what the body needs to function? Bear in mind, on a general wider scope, a lot of people are struggling with the bodies and the body image. The country is kind of in a diabetes, I don't know if pandemic's the right word, but we spend hundreds of billions of pounds per year on treating diabetes and causing, trying to rectify the effects of type 2 diabetes. So there needs to be a change in this country's habit of eating bread and relying on toast as a solid breakfast. Now, I didn't describe what I was saying as well as I've described there, and rightly so. I just called out and said, bread shit, don't eat it. You're eating shite all the time, you need to stop. I didn't describe what the client had been doing. I didn't describe how, for what one example was, she'd met a friend in the park, lockdown conditions, and she'd just grabbed a bun from a coffee shop. Well, I know this client's in London, so like there's a Tesco Express, there's greengrocers everywhere, they're always selling apples on the street and stuff like that. I've seen it more than once. So my point at the coaching point was, instead of having a bun, could you have gone into a Tesco's or any shop and got an apple, an orange, and then protein from, like, all shops have protein bars now in 2021. Could you have gone and got something with some fibre to fill you up and provide you with something that's going to give you a better chance of not eating shit later in future life because you're relying on it? Have something that's got some life in it, some nutrients in it, something that's a bit thicker and slower digesting than a cream bun. No, what was it? A cinnamon roll or something like that. Yeah. So this is, even without sort of gluten and stuff like that and mentioning anything to do with that, I'm not opening the gluten whoop-ass can yet. Not interested. Right, so yeah, I got rightly called out by Sophia at Apollo Nutrition for not providing enough context and not giving enough kind of data and enough wider approach to slagging off bread. Now, that being said, can my clients have bread? Yes, of course they can. Occasional sandwich if you get caught with your pants down. Not with caught with your pants down, that's wrong. The occasional sandwich if you get caught on the hop and you need something quick. Okay, no problem. Why did you get caught? Could you have prepared something, taken it with you? Could you have chosen a different option in that shop? I know it's not always the case. Fine. Weekend. You've had a good week. You've been training hard. Yeah. and I've not even mentioned training. I'm still thinking of the client that I'm used to. Yeah, fine. Occasional sandwich. Weekend, you've hit all your goals. You've trained your nuts off. You've got something in reserve. Okay, fine. Yeah. But knowing that, and I think that some of the call out was again just towards cakes and sweets and stuff like that. Yeah, cakes and sweets, not off the list on mine. Just let it be known that if you're paying me to help you achieve something, and if you're regularly snacking on these things, you either need to dial into your calories, which I don't with my beginner clients. I don't start. I want them to be prepared. I want them to be focusing on the food that's going to get them towards the goal. Like at some point, yeah, we can be allow people to go away from the plan here and there, but ultimately you're paying me to do a job, which is to get you toned up, leaner, muscular in certain examples, certain cases. So yeah, there's always two sides to every story. I didn't give my best side in that podcast. So yeah, I apologise, got called out by it, and Sophia contacted me in my DMs and we had a little voice note backwards and forwards, which it was a grown-up conversation. There was no you fuck off, no you fuck, there was none of that. And she agreed to come on the podcast, so we just need to organise that, and we'll get her on and we can both discuss how we set up a daily diet. We can both discuss where treats are allowed, and we can move forward like that. So yeah, I hope you all have a good week, good weekend, depending on when you're listening to this. I'm recording it quite late on a Friday night. Yeah, have a great weekend. Hope you're all well. And again, I do have coaching spots available. We're going to be working in JD in Batley in post-lockdown. So we'll go see how that goes. I worked one day and then Boris closed us down. So we've got we've got 3 more weeks to get through and then I'll be back in there. But I'm working on kind of a more digital product in the future that have been kind of naturally evolving through this lockdown, helping people on there. Yeah, if you've got any more questions, if you've got any more anything you'd like to know my opinion on or how I can help you, obviously get in touch, reach out. My DMs are always open, as they say. There's not a lot going on other than that. Yeah, peace.